And I was so high one time on Hypnol. My houseboy, I was in a white sheet. You know, Hypnols or date drugs. Yes. I did 60 in 3 days.
Oh, wow.
I bought 60. I did 4 and then 4. I'm butt naked. Sister flew in from San Fran. She looked up at me. I'm butt naked. She got back in the taxi and got a hotel room.
We're telling stories of those people who we look at, we want to say down on their luck, displaced. The word homeless, it does get, it's, let me get your thoughts. First and foremost, allow me to introduce you, Chris.
Christopher K.
Christopher K.
Jesus was homeless. I ain't homeless. The earth is not my home. I'm on a spiritual deal, but I'm fucked up in my brain because I'm using something habitually. Habit means you got to have it. I didn't touch speed for 20 years, but on the street, I can walk. I shattered this ankle at a trap house with a crowbar. Motherfucker hurt. Never healed. I never forgave the motherfucker. You know, that's why I never healed. But I think a crowbar is for a vehicle. But then again, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
All right. First of all, let me ask, what's your age?
My age, I was born in 63 and I'm 62.
There you go. If you don't mind, we try to get a little background before we get into these stories and kind of get some understanding. So if you don't mind, who is Christopher K, if I was to ask that in the broad sense?
Born in Midwest City, Oklahoma, 9 siblings. I was a freak. I was half mascot, half lost child. I needed attention. Always could not handle reality. Something. And LSD is where I hit. But I did ROTC. I finished college. Took me 6-7 years. I thought D was disco biscuit. I finished, but it took me a while because I was an artist. I didn't math. You got a phone, man. That's these 5-year-old kids to fix your shit. And then they're like, they never ask the right question. You want to lick my mama? But, you know, they never ask that one.
Those are the right questions.
But we got to get to that. Then they get stuck in the pandemic. 9 siblings. I was the 9th kid on food night. I got the wing on chicken night. Food was not an obsession for me. I ate carbs and I discovered narcotics. I had a ball in my hand in diapers because I was raised around 4 women.
Wow.
One was gay. She fucked my fiance years later. But Big Jake, oh, goddamn Big Jake.
Oh, wow.
She goes, I want to fuck your fiance. And I said, yeah. But I was an altar boy. I went to Catholic schools, 30 kids. You had to do your homework, raised by nuns. Mom German sent a note to the nun saying, you can correct my son in any way. I ate a lot of soap. I stole out of the church because I just wanted a church kind of guy. I knew money talked and wine would move my friends. And I got way out there. I didn't touch any drugs for 20 years. Alcohol was a little burden of pine here and there. And I started smoking weed when I had prostate cancer about 5 years ago. I lived at City Square at Malcolm X across, which is Stupot now, 30 and Hickory Crossings. It was set up by the City Square. They were kind people, man. They gave me a chance. I was a different guy, like $50 a month. I did the work program. I don't mind changing light bulbs.
Wow.
You know, I tell the guy running, put me in, coach. He goes, how high are you? I said, not high enough, but I need to change light bulbs. I worked.
Did you play any sports coming up?
I played with my penis a lot. And
the best sport.
And the cankles were none. I played basketball, baseball, football. I wasn't very good. A chip golfer, frisbee golf.
Wasn't very good?
I tell you what, basketball, college, I'm at Catholic school center. I should have been guard for it. I didn't have it, you know, and I tired, man. But I had it 6 hours in high school. Coach Bands was a very good Christian man. He told me just do one sports day. Baseball, I like, center field, pitching. But you know my best sport? Mud wrestling with the hookers.
Yes. That's a story in itself.
I did finish college, went in the Marines, and it was a miracle. I was dropping LSD the first day at 7 a.m. in my philosophy class. Asked with 400 kids, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I raised my hand, and the professor goes, I'm number blah. He goes, look, get with me after class. I'll get you a Cougar. And I said, good.
What year is this?
85. So I went to OU. Bosworth was there and all that. OU was, you know, boomers. And I was an Okie, and I remember our song. But now we have native Indian police. Biggest casino.
Who introduced you to LSD?
Myself, George F. Breeding. At 15, I got a hit of acid, and I snuck out our family's car at 6 a.m. and watched the sun come up, and everything was cool. And went swimming all day. And somehow this sense of not being able to face reality. That children have a path, leader, blah, blah. Me, I was like a lost child where I was isolated, but I was stoned on marijuana constantly. And the mascot, I would act up for attention. Say, my sisters raised me. My sister Teresa took me to church, pinched me one time. I screamed as goddamn loud as I could, as I had the priest's money in the rectory in my pocket.
Oh, wow.
So goddamn, what a good boy.
Yeah.
But Paul Ishoff recently showed up to be a bishop in Rome. He's a bishop. And I wrote to him when I was in Bangkok. I said, Padre, you know I stole it. Yeah, goddamn, you stole the old shitty wine before it was Ross, Carlo Rossi. You know, and I pop it open on Turkey Bingo night, and I was cool with my buddies.
Mm-hmm.
I just got high, and it was genetically, my father, chemically, and his father, Kennedy side, 2 Minute Men, dope. My dad knew I was a dope fiend at 5. He goes, no. Sit and spin or sagging pants.
Wow.
And sugar.
You know what? Let's go back to the background with the family. What kind of family?
Insecure, not much hugs. I had 7 sisters and 2 brothers.
Was there any alcohol or drug abuse amongst your mother or father?
My father was in AA. He was a circuit speaker, which means he would speak publicly all around America. He was 33 years sober, and he cleaned up.
Wow.
And he married my mother. She locked him in a fucking closet and dried him out. Hauled out skinny, living on alcohol. See, with alcohol detox, it's the worst. Loud noises, shake and bake, because you need that alcohol just to get well. Heroin and alcohol run off the same receptors that your brain thinks. So you got to get well. You're not getting high, you're getting well. Get rid of shakes, you ain't sweating.
Yeah. Geez.
But I was wired for that. At 21, I started getting shakes doing clubs. But I was good at clubs. What's your name? Can we get you?
Right.
But it was bullshit.
Any abuse?
There was an abuse one time for making me try to feel guilty. And I had no abuse in that area. I avoided. I would make direct contact. And I was I never fit in my skin. In AA, we say you fit in your skin. Finally, when I was about 45, I fit in my skin. Pulled out all my skeletons, told God, I'm sorry for killing the kids and all this, but this fucking shit's over. I'm done. I'm not beating I threw them away. And then I began again. And I said, this is too much.
Amazing.
And God and I have an issue because of my pride and ego. Edging God out. Fuck God. We have a hard time.
So it goes to religion. What was the religion being brought up?
Catholic, and I was a masturbator at 4.
Oh, God.
I mean, goddamn, why not?
Oh, Jesus.
Cankle sister Andrina.
Was it something about the church that made you curious?
Those cankles and that habit. And she took me up in the convent to watch the men land on the moon.
Oh, yeah.
Rabbit ears, black and whites. One small step for man, one giant leap for Dos Equis, motherfucker.
Dos Equis, yes.
God damn.
Yes.
But no, I was a pervert because the Kennedy side, my father, his father, 2 Minute Men want to fucking conquer like JFK, Maryland, 2 minutes, make me a sandwich, and always alter. Now, I have one sister, Monica, that gave me, she hides your shit. If I got Xanaxes, I got 40 on the table. You know, I'm not, why are you hiding? Just don't let them in. Knock, 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 who's that? Let's find a fuck you bitches. You ain't coming in.
I want to get to the transition in your life where you went from ROTC to actually going into service. What was your mind going? What's your mindset going in? And also, I want to also know the difference in the drugs, like the strengths and the.
Sure.
So once you got
narcotics over there.
But first, let's start off with the ROTC transferring into.
I got out in 89. And I was a lieutenant already, commissioned. And I was a sniper. So I caught shit. The boys are like, you're a punk, you won't eat this. And I did. But my father was a Marine. My brother Mike was a Vietnam Marine. Now, Mike got spit on after Vietnam. It was sad. You know, the whole bullshit.
Yeah.
And I felt proud. And I realized a lot of it was over petroleum, which I don't, you know. I have a friend at the Pentagon mentioned something about helping them fight the cartel here. I said, I support the cartel.
Wow.
We got to have them or people are going to go ballistic.
Wow. And we're going to tell these Marine stories because, again, first of all, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
How much time do you serve overall?
10.
10. Wow.
2 years at the embassy, and anytime a Marine and a tie would Hmong tie, bet on the goddamn tie.
Bet on the goddamn tie.
Every time. And
why?
Chicks, you got to put them in the light. You check and see if they got Adam's apple and whiskers. And then you still don't know. And you're like, how much, 20 or 40? I'll give you 40, baby, if you entertain me.
Wow. What would you, just to sum up your overall military experience?
General Hell, Brigadier General. I escorted him in Bangkok. I was lieutenant. My commanding officer said, you will suit up full brigade. You're going to take him out. General Hell shows up, hat, full brigade, fucking 6'4" bottle, Stoli 100 proof, alcoholic, Korea and Vietnam vet. 2-star on him. And he want to go whorehouse. I take him to a whorehouse. I know. 30 minutes later, the girls come in. Come on, get him out of here. I go up there. He's butt naked, got a heart on from here to Bangkok, got his boots on. They're like, get him out. I'm like, General, sir. He's like, no, fuck you, Kennedy. I said, I'm going to call your wife. He hopped up, put on his clothes. We boogied. After that, I would talk to him, but he was so burnt on Vietnam and Korea. I fit the Stoli every day. I painted his house when I came back from the Marines in 2001 in Oklahoma City. He's still hitting the bottle of Stoli through the bathroom screen, and he was melting the screen talking to me. The last night I finished, I took him to Cappuccino's. He asked me to take him out for one triple Stoli. And I said, yes, sir. His wife said, no, yeah, take him out for one. They turned him down when we got to Cappuccino. I said, you will serve this goddamn man a triple Stoli with the wedge, light it, and then we're going to go. Wow. I took him back, man, he's happy to have me. He sent me $1,000 during the pandemic. He called me and goes, look, Lieutenant, I'm dying. I'm going to send you $1,000 for 6 months and don't buy any food, motherfucker.
Love it. Right.
He was burnt, and he was good to me. Man, he'd say, he got me embassy duty. I wanted out after 8 because of disappointment. Biden's dog, fuck somebody's dog in Arab. I mean, let me watch it first. Then I'll tell you. Maybe I'll like it.
Did you ever put your sniper skills to use?
Yes, I was pretty good. And the deal is I would go to different countries. We weren't at war at the time. I was stationed in Bangkok. I didn't do embassy duty, but apartment, blah, blah, blah. We go, say, Bulgaria, Sofia. You wear Sofia clothes, Bulgarian, you eat Sofia food, you get dropped off. You weren't there.
Yeah.
It just, we never talked. And then, I liked it. I like cameras. I like government phones. I'm not going to blow up shit. If I do, I'm going to blow up 5 of them. But I'm going to get a Chipotle in there too and a gold gym. We're not doing only Christian. But I do want to go to Jerusalem before I die. Bangkok again and Amsterdam. Jerusalem, I'm going to go see where Muhammad, Jesus is, and then the last day going to Tel Aviv, stop at the Well-In Wall and get out. What the fuck you Jew motherfuckers shoving that paper in that wall for? And they're going to say, we got Curly here. And then I'm getting in and we're going to the airport. My little sister died in Bangkok, who was my best friend.
Wow. And
I was so high one time on Hypnol. My houseboy, I was in a white sheet. You know, Hypnols are date rape drugs. Yes. I did 60 in 3 days.
Oh, wow.
I bought 60. I did 4 and then some heroin, then 4. I'm butt naked. Sister flew in from San Fran. She looked up at me. I'm butt naked. She got back in the taxi and got a hotel room. I don't even remember.
God.
But I never touched the Hypnols again. I did 60. Oh, I was out of control. I had a Burmese houseboy, had a cocky eye, had killed 2 ties. Good little Burmese, Miramar back then.
Yeah.
And San Suu Lee, when she was running the Teak, the Cameroon, dudes, they were teens.
Yeah.
But Cavazon's good kid, but he'd have to get me out of the bar. We were wearing a white Egyptian cotton sheet, butt naked. I don't remember anything.
Were there the I don't call them sissy boys, but
lady boys.
Lady boys, yes.
Back in 91, basically have a sex change was to get your penis cut off and get a vertical smile, $400. Now, the estrogen, NAACP is supporting the estrogen right now for these kids on social media that think, I want to cut my dick off. I got this little fucker came in my bathroom last week, 5-year-old, I want to cut my dick. Give me that goddamn phone. Slap the little bitch. And I said, do you know your ABCs? No, I don't. Slapped him again. I wish I had a foundation. Wait till you're 9. I'll give you $3 million. You know, my son got me on his books for school, college. He read them online, motherfucker. I gave him like $600. Motherfucker schooled my ass.
Yeah.
I said, you got one on me, motherfucker. You smart.
God.
I don't like reading books online. Yeah. I like holding.
Yeah, like holding the old-fashioned way.
My sister died in Sicily in Bangkok. She overdosed at Shangri-La, which is like Oriental, 5-star of the joint, rolled in deal and fucking pimp. And heroin overdose. She never touched it. Met a guy from The Economist magazine. He gave her a shot. Didn't know Narcan went around. Didn't know to slap her around. But she left me a book, Time to Kill by, or whatever, John Grisham. But it had a fingerprint, and I licked it. It was chocolate. She'd been holding it like she was, and I was like, whoa.
Oh, wow.
So I fasted over there. And I started not eating dinner for a week, and then lunch, and then I went into for her death. And the guy from The Economist, they wouldn't let ties up. I'm this German manager, Shangri-La and Oriental, the dogs. Like here, McKinney Avenue, Zsa Zsa Gabor. You know, I like when they don't want to keep your pubic hair. And the front Dever or whatever on the bed has no semen, baby. You know?
Right.
We have a spotlight, but our doorman does do cocaine enemas if you like that. I stayed in a dirty motel here, hot credit card, raw.
Did you ever get arrested over there? And if so, for what?
What it was is the chief of police like the Johnny Walker, open corruption. And I like that because they don't nickel and dime you. Like, you know, last time I saw a judge, well, Lieutenant Kennedy has 27 felonies. And I said, Your Honor, first of all, I'm a born again. I know where you live and where your wife goes to church. He said, by the way, Lieutenant, you are born again. I said, hallelujah. You swear to tell the truth? Just the facts, sir. I know where you live. I know where your son goes to school, and he's a queer. And I'm going to get your Mercedes antenna and smoke crack out of it.
Listen, I myself have spent some time in Thailand. And for you, back in that day, I can't imagine what it was like.
They whistled at me.
Tell me something. I want to know, what is the wildest time, the craziest time, the near-death experience? Like, what was that?
The best.
Tell me, please.
I was young. I had energy, and I believed.
How old were you at this time?
26, 27.
Oh, that's a good age.
See, so therefore, I didn't know what I was going to do. I want to serve this country, my father, and I believed in America. I still believe we live in the greatest goddamn country in the world.
Absolutely.
But NAACP supporting the estrogen, that's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, NAACP, cool beans, motherfuckers. And the boy said, but I slapped him again. Go learn your ABCs, you little punk. But what does your mama look like? You like my mama? I love you homeschooled, you little freak. Eating cheeseburgers and looking at porn. And he's looking at bestiality, my kind of son.
Oh, goddamn not.
My kind of son. Spit and block.
Ah, man.
No. When I got off of South Thailand, Patan Beach, before the tsunami.
Yes.
Okay, I stayed on the Seagulls Inn. 2 Americans owned the bar. The girls whistled at me. And my buddy Mike from England, I looked at him, I said, I think I'm going to like this country. But they knew Dash.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it's strange how the ties are because they're sold into prostitution. And I was probably with only 2 she-devils that had been sold out of the village, evil. You know what I mean? Just indentured. But they can separate the physical with the emotional.
Wow.
And, you know, pussy, alcohol does good in good times and bad times. Always does better in bad times.
Hey.
And, you know, I've been dealing with a hooker at the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, she did.
She said, welcome to Ellis Island. I said, I pledge allegiance to the flag. And these little fuckers ain't even saying that. I was proud and honored. And then once I realized cleaning up messes. And like Joe Biden's dog fucked shepherd dog in Saudi Arabia. But OPEC's 5,000 billionaires in OPEC's fucked up. Mm. But Dubai, sweet. I flew from West Africa into Dubai and blacked out. I got booze somehow. Don't know what the fuck I did. But I had a good time. I got fucking blacked out. I met a Swedish dude in Lomang and a bunch of Jamaicans. And he was Swedish. He worked in Dubai. I got off at Dubai 4 hours later and made it in Bangkok. I was fucking ripped. ripped. I mean, I like 60 right hit motherfucking out, right? But you get the pharmacist and you say, sir, 50 now? He goes, oh, that's too much. Okay, but then give me 70, motherfucker. But I couldn't believe I didn't intend to do 60. I was going to eat 2 or 3. And now I was like, God damn, I feel good. And I wanted to get raped. That's the sad thing. But no, I never touched me. But narcotics, the purity, the heroin, primo.
How old did you say that you were when you first started
ROTC. Using?
Yes.
First time I drank, I was 5. And then I didn't drink till I was 13. I suffocated on my vomit, and my dad rolled me over and didn't say a word to me for 2 weeks. And then one night he goes, be ready to go at 7:30. He took me to my first AA meeting in Oklahoma City at Corpus Christi. And he said, Christopher, when you need help, these people will help you. He knew genetically I had the bug. Right. I was in love with the alcohol. And the speed is what I do now, and a little marijuana. I don't drink alcohol, and I can sip a beer all night.
What was after alcohol?
Well, it was LSD, marijuana, crime, and then little speed. I didn't touch speed for 20 years, so alcohol is what I was building. I moved into City Square for 7 years, and for 8 months, I read books every day, watched the news, that's it, and made peace with God. I said, look, I'm done. I'm tired of being I don't do it 1,000 times. The kids out there, it's over. Okay. But love and war. Dick Cheney ran Halliburton during Saddam Hussein. This bullshit. War is money. What they're doing right now in Croatia, where are they fighting now? That little country. They're working on the weaponry. The drones taking out 8 boys.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bye-bye.
I saw that.
And Putin and Trump are gay. Putin flies into D.C. or Trump flies into Moscow. And they put on these pink tutus and they go figure skating. And Vladimir Putin says, hey, Donald, you want to make America great? Suck my Russian cock. And Vladimir says, thank you, Donald.
I'm gonna let that vision stay.
I'm sorry, but
I'm gonna let that vision stay to the audience.
I think they will like it because Vladimir Putin elects himself in. He ran the KGB. He's a bad boy, and he brought the women in and opened it all up.
Oh, he's bad. He's bad.
And there will be no bomb. It's economy, food, invisible money. You know what sells? Pussy, cocaine, food, water.
The essentials.
Pussy and water.
The essentials.
I want to take you to a time when, after your services, at what age were you when you exited the military?
Okay, 2001 is when I flew back.
So you came back right as we were doing as America was in the Middle Eastern, Pakistan, Afghanistan.
Yeah, but we raped their opium crop. That's bullshit.
Right.
It's and Osama bin Laden, whatever.
But you're back at home during this time.
I am. And I had to live on the streets for 6 months because I still had predator in me. I didn't like people. I couldn't socialize without noises. I'd hunt people. So I decompressed and I stopped the hate, gave my service revolvers to my brother. I would never fire a weapon again in my life except in my own brother.
How old were you when you had that reality?
When I came back, about 6 months after, I couldn't be around people. I was not liking them. And then the pandemic and the heat wave, we had 130 heat wave here a while back. Everybody on ice flipped the fuck out.
Ice, was that the drug of?
Cream. It's speed. What it is ice hit in 1991 in Taiwan. That's when it first hit. And the Asians moved it through to Guam and Hawaii. And then it came here. But I didn't touch speed for 20 years. It had audio hallucinations, which I could differentiate that weren't real. And I could move around.
So, Chris, let me ask you, what all drugs have you tried?
I have tried everything except baby aspirin.
Oh, goddamn. All right. So
I'm not a junkie anymore.
So I'm going to take it step by step for just alcohol.
5 years.
What does that do for you?
Alcohol lets me let my hair down, and it makes me give not a fuck what people think. But God said, hold on. If you're going to drink all day, you got to start before the sun comes up. And there are rules. Sit on your own porch. See, I got kicked off this dude's porch. Fuck him. I went to my own porch with my cat. We hung out. He did ketamine. I drank, do speed. Party all day. You can vomit twice. You can take a couple fire naps, but you party into the world bad.
It will pass.
And the alcohol, I slowly wing myself. And then when I did speed, it fucks up my prostate so bad that I can't piss.
Real quick, with the alcohol, what was your drink of choice?
Single malt Glenlivet at the time, but I drank plenty of Valentine's, McAllen's, always a beer and a bottle, and I did clubs, and I liked clubs because you're selling whiskey. I had regular customers that have cream of cocaine, Lieutenant. They want 2 scotches, leave us the fuck alone. Okay. I like people that want what they want. Now, when it gets 13-year-old, 12-year-old little boys.
Yeah.
In Japan, they made the older men not ride with the young girls anymore. In 91, I flew into Tokyo. They had vending machines for little schoolgirls' panties. And I bought 3 of them.
Oh, man.
God damn.
I indulged. Oh,
I had to buy 3.
Yeah, shit.
And I was on
a lawless
God
land.
Damn, this is sick.
A lawless land.
The
Jeez.
Japs are freaks.
Wow. The Japs. Speed. What is speed?
Okay.
What is
speed?
it?
Look, Adolf Hitler invented methamphetamine. What happened with him? They invented methadone, lampshades made of human skin, and amphetamine. He wanted the perfect soldier that never ate, never slept. What happened? The pH balance was so high, they were all circle jerking around the campfire. So the cartel has modified this new ice, and then the kids call it cream. I said, Prince is dead. It ain't cream. It calms me down. I can walk. I write. Now, I've been writing soft porn. And what I write about it is they never fuck, but boy, they get it on.
Oh, they get, Cinemax.
She rubs on them and and he, goddamn,
goosey.
And he likes it. And she goes, hello. So I
gotta read some of your excerpts.
I tell you what, just no masturbation. It costs you for masturbation.
There you go.
But there she was. She was the lily of the valley. And it turned on. They never just pump. It's just like this.
That's what they call it, romance novels. That's
without Fabian.
Yeah, without Fabian.
But the redhead with the fire down below and the stepdaughter and the dog watching.
There you go. So speed slows you down. Marijuana, weed.
All right, I didn't smoke weed for 20 years. What it does is it lowers my blood pressure. Okay, that's what it does to me physically. So the throbbing is not there. Last time I got this ankle looked at, they gave me synthetic heroin. I didn't like it because of the throbbing. So I asked them for naproxen or aspirin because it takes marijuana. I had 2-3 hits. I had prostate cancer real bad. A lot of it due to the speed, the lithium, and the Sudafed in it brought it back. It just squeezed my urethra. And I finally told my doc honestly. He goes, are you using dope? I said, every chance I get, boy. That gives your eyes a bloodshot. I said, mine are bloodshot. Yours would be bloodshot if you've been up 15 years. No, I was honest, and they put a clip on it, which it doesn't. But the amphetamine, I used it 2 times before for 6 months, right? And I stopped after 6 months, boom, because it just would fuck me up. I couldn't piss. I'd shoot semen. It messes up my prostate immensely.
Heroin.
Heroin makes you, heroin runs off the same receptors as alcohol, where you need to get well. See, and a junkie or an alcoholic is going to take what they need to get well. That's why they're dangerous. Heroin, pure heroin, first time bliss. I was with Nigerians, they had bullets, cut me a line this big. Come on, boys, cut me another. I'm doing a gram a day just to get well. And heroin, I was depressed. I'd read the Bible every day and snort a line, and I was hoping to get off. Now, I haven't touched heroin since October 23rd, 2000. It takes away all your pain. And when Hopkins shows up, they give you morphine. And then when they die, call it. But pure heroin, the train. First time I shot it, I'm not an intravenous. The train came into my station.
They came right in the station.
They came right next to me.
Amazing. Cocaine. And when I say
cocaine teased me. Where now crack, I got stuck in the field. Cocaine and I had a love-hate because you know what I like cocaine for? Pure cocaine. See, I liked overseas because shit was pure. And you get the farmer, hey, come here. Oh, you got a little, here's $20 for you. They had opium cough syrup in Thailand. Somebody turned me on. I wouldn't get sick on it, but boy, it fucking you feel good. Wow. You don't want to drink alcohol because you puke. It's a one-stop wonder.
One-stop wonder.
Opiates are your pandemic here now. It used to be Percocets, all that. Now it's fentanyl where they're snorting it or shooting it and dying. And Trump wants it in here because he doesn't want these weak motherfuckers here. Trump wants me to go to a concentration camp with crocodiles. I said, let's roll, motherfucker.
Yeah, he set up a whole concentration
let's
camp.
Let's roll and bring
next
it
to Angola.
I'm getting Bill Gates. I'm going to torture him for just an afternoon. I'm going to be nice to him, but he has the plague and the cure. He's gotten a little freaky. China's buying, we bought so much, they're buying our land. And China, boy, we fucked up. That weirdo in China, hot and cold weather, yeah, we're going to fuck up their chromosomes. We're going to get it, and it's all a fix. Right. I didn't get vaccinated. I'm a pure blood son of a bitch.
Live one, die one.
I do want to die, but I want to die, and I pray to God I don't come back to this earth. But there are no eggs. Why are they throwing them, motherfuckers? Why are we buying somebody else's? Why are we buying cartel fentanyl 1 cent a piece? What's going to shut down the cartel? Russians. 4th of July, they were the kindest. They're waving that American flag, bought me a beer. Good people. Oh. They're doing a lot of IT projects on the road now. They're changing all the computer shit. It's like, duh. Now most people are like, do you like Mexico? Yeah, I love Mexican pussy.
Come on, goddammit. Come on. You said you tried crack.
I used to be the crack bonet. But Cadillac, crack hit in 89 here in Dallas. Jamaicans ran it. They said in the house with Uzis, they were willing to die. And crack was cut with ether. Now it's no longer ether. I went to Bogota and bought a block of 350 pure cocaine. Boy, flaky and it's good shit. But I was always obsessed more, but my tolerance, more. I was already an addict. My dad knew because genetically it's a chemical. More. Never enough.
I want to kind of take this, and I appreciate your wide openness towards the questions that we're asking, but I want to take this to a different level and ask about relationships or your relationship life throughout the years.
My wife died. She was Dutch. We met in Bangkok.
So she's?
Pascal, she's deceased. Mm-hmm. She's buried out in Arlington. We get buried on top of each other, so we joke who's on top. I'm on top.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But she had a doctorate degree in international politics, University of Dublin. Smart as shit.
Can you tell me a little bit about how y'all met?
In a bar in Bangkok. And you know how the Europeans are. She was writing freelance for an Amsterdam paper, and she dyed her hair red because she was a dumb blonde. Now, my Swedish buddy saw and goes, God damn it, she Jewish? Look at that nose. I never even noticed. But Pascal seduced me, and I said, now, look, baby, she's like, we will be meeting again. And we had one son. He's deceased too. And she would just kind of give me elbows like, you need to step up, And I was like, that's what it's about. So I'd lock myself in the closet, get the rigs out, and go to town doing speedballs all weekend.
Wow.
Eating beans and rice. No, she was amazing. And I never cheated on her. Now, the clerk at 7-Eleven, I might shut one eye and go to town on that. But, that's just how it is. I like slutty women at 62.
How long were you married?
We knew each other. And we were married 6 years.
6 years.
But Dutch, highly intelligent. She wrote about hers and I's experience in Bangkok. And she knew Vincent van Gogh's grandson, Theo van Gogh. And he was going to do a documentary. Now, he made an anti-Islam film, and they just stabbed him on his bike. Because, you don't burn the Quran. Now, the original Quran written by Muhammad says if a man greets you, you will greet him back. They're not talking about the infidels and you going down. I want 20 virgins. God offered me 20. I said, I want 25, motherfucker. And a blow-up doll. And a golf cart.
Wow.
But even Buddha, the Buddhists were very calm. Every night the Buddhist monks would, Imina.
Now, you got a little like Jeff Bridges a little bit. You got a little Jeff Bridges. Were you like, were the women attacking you back then? And you had to kind of.
I tell you what, I took my penis and I slammed it in the safe box. No, I like women, and I haven't fornicated since my wife died. I have flogged on a couple of them. Come here, baby. Let me just wank on you. And she's like, will you really? She goes, do I need to put on Bobby socks? I said, 2 pair. No. Pascal ended up with ovarian cancer. I got her a private nurse. I really thought I'd go first. And I kissed her ass every morning for 6 months. I said, baby, I'm going to kiss your ass so I don't have to do it later. She goes, Christopher, you know you're allowed to come see me in heaven every millennium because you're going to hell, but you can come up for 6 hours every millennium. I said, baby, for you, I'll do it.
Yeah, jeez.
She was sweet. But my sweetie's buddy, God damn it, she Jewish? Look at that nose. I thought she was the hottest chick in the world. Yeah. They don't use a lot of soap. They barely douche. You know what I mean? I was washing my feet in those damn French deals for the washing that joy party.
Wow. You only had one child?
Michael was a problem child in a way. His mother died. He worked at the ship channel like he'd smoke cake too, and I'd give him $10 to go buy real weed. He didn't like doing dishes, so I bought him paper plates. He goes, Dad, you're a smart ass. I said, you know why I'm a smart ass? Because you're a smart ass. But the night he died, I'm glad he got out early. He hit a tree. He was Xanaxing and drinking, and he was going to go to a titty bar. I said, I'll buy you an Uber. And he said, no, Dad. But he's just like me. He got out at 21. He doesn't have to suffer. And he wasn't a victim. I said, now look, I'm the tooth fairy when he comes and haunts you in heaven, motherfucker. He goes, but I need money for my school books. Fucking read them online, little scammer. He was funny. He got me, but he worked. He had a sense, good-looking kid.
Can I ask you, do you feel tormented that you outlived both your wife and your children?
No. You know why? Because I get buried on top.
Yeah, you did say.
And somebody's going to take my flag, and I hope they burn it. Wow. No, I don't. Michael needed to get out because he was a victim of addiction, and he would have never stopped. He would have tormented his fucking self, and he didn't need to do that. He got out early. God told me I'm going to be 86. He goes, I'm going to make you hurt, boy. You don't listen to me. You don't obey. You got pride, ego. And I said, yeah, I'll take it. But the pain is bad. But no, I'm not from this earth. I'm an elephant.
We'll take it as such. Speak on Dallas. How long have you been in the city of Dallas?
Okay, Dallas, Alice. Okay?
Alice.
Dallas, Alice. 89 was when I first moved here. I got in with the Improv Comedy Club. I was waiting tables, and I found money in the box office, like $15,000 in credit card receipts and cash. The owner said, we're friends for life. And I said, I need $20. I want the 9 off on a bottle of Glenlivet. He said, here. But I was walking out the door with it to Dave and Buster's. I was going, and God was like, hey, idiot, why don't you do something different? Fuck you. Hey, idiot. Mark Anderson and I, nicest guy in the world. Tom owns it now, my friend. He ran the bar and I ran the kitchen at the Walnut Hill. Addison was more Cobb salad and Chianti wine. And Dallas had the ghetto. You know, we always did the cop night. You know what I mean? We had that in the pig in. Back the blue.
Yeah.
And we were smoking weed in the back. But no, I got real seated on comedy. I couldn't laugh. Taylor Negron, David Spade, all them. Interesting. Marshall Warfield from Night Court.
I remember, yeah.
She came through, lesbian, beautiful girlfriend. Yeah. She goes, anybody say having a baby's a pain in the ass, they're about that goddamn close. And then a cop stops you. You want $5 worth of pig? Here, motherfucker.
You ever thought about doing comedy yourself?
I have a poem about Adam and Eve. And Eve feeds Adam a bite of the apple. And Adam likes it. Eve goes, puts on a black strap on, 12 inches. She wants to fuck Adam in the ass in the Garden of Eden. Adam runs and runs. God, I made her a lesbian. God said, no, she's always been a lesbian. So about a millennium later, she catches Adam asleep, sodomizes the fuck out of him, no apple, and he likes it, like Bruce Jenner. And he goes, God, I found my awakening. See, 0.5% of the populace is what I want. I don't want to crush anybody. I will not get up and ask people to not. You know, I believe I talk to God and the devil, and they're both very kind to me. They're like, you know, you're going to suffer. I said, well, we know that. You know, it was 130 degrees here 3 years ago. Heat index. Lucifer, my uncle, said, I got you a 2-man igloo, bottle of your choice, 10 cents a day, and I'll give you 20 days free. God said, I'll give you a tent with a fan. And I said, you know what, God? But I found out Lucifer is my father. You got time for a quick one? God and the devil were swingers before the angels. And Lucifer loved God's wife. She was fishnet stocking, a lady in the parlor, or in the bedroom. Hot. Lucifer loved fucking. Anyway, Lucifer's wife, hot pants. God loved her. They could play bridge and snort cocaine off her ass. And I said, God, are you my father? He said, no, we came to tell you that Lucifer is your father. I said, Dad. He goes, do you want your allowance now? I said, later. So they were swingers. But Lucifer said, God's wife, God damn, she was hot. She'd suck a volleyball from here through the 7 seas and twist it on her tongue. So Lucifer and God and I decided I go to hell 10 years. 1 millennium. I got to make him a sandwich, spit shine his sandals. Then I have 23 hours to go skiing or work on my master's. I didn't have to be perverted. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then God said, we'll talk about purgatory. And I said, God, go away. Self-will run riot, we say in AA, because we're selfish and we're self-centered. See, when we're only hurting ourselves, we're hurting everybody. Family, you bring them in that place. You know, when I was in prison, I lived in a prison in my brain. My buddy, Carter Compton, a Korean vet, talked to me about that. And about 4 years after, I realized it's goddamn right. But, you know, self-esteem, and people don't need to know your business.
That's right.
They're like, what's your name? My name's Christopher. What's your name? Oh, all right, Chris. You know, they shorten it. I said, what's your name? But I'm up front. Names are very important. Words are vitally important.
Absolutely.
And it's the truth. People are scared, fear, face everything, run, fuck everything, and recover. Boy, they're scared. The cameras, kids can't. I like a camera on me.
Yeah.
I really do. I like government phones. Joe Biden likes titties. I like the Vice President Harris. Yeah. She's hot. She picked me up in the Air Force too. Said, Lieutenant, would you like a continental breakfast? I said, goddamn, I do. Now, Trump out of control. But Trump is the one with the cue ball in his mouth and licks his wife's boots.
You've been in Dallas, out in the streets through how many presidents?
Well, let me see. There was George Washington.
God damn.
And then there was Tommy Lee Jones. And then let me see. 4 years this time. I lost my place November 2022 because I would not give up my cat. But City Square was a nonprofit, and they had a soup kitchen and fed the kids for schooling on the summer. They had Jerry Seinfeld do free concerts and donate the money. Now, what's happened in Dallas, all the treatments are ran by Synacor locked them all down. Turtle Creek, all that. You'll discover that. First Presbyterian, the cops asked me, why don't you stay in the shelter? I said, I don't function with 400 other people. Yeah. And this is the only man that I've ever slept beside, besides my blow-up dog with whiskers.
Yeah, right.
But, you know, we keep that quiet. No, Aaron and this young man, when he was sober, I'd go see him. Aaron, I need a bottle. He goes, all right, come on, let's get you a bottle. Then I come out of the liquor store. Do you need smoke? Yeah, I do. He go get you some smoke. And then he's like, okay, what do you need? Coke? Okay, go get a Coke. And then he was like, get the fuck out of my truck. Bye. But he never turned me down. Yeah. And this man, when I heard his story in AA, God damn. They lived in a closet, and his roommate pooped in the closet, so that ended sleeping in the closet, so to speak. Why do you shit?
Jeez.
But, you know, out here, savages. Yeah. The fentanyl has got them all. They powder it with flour, and they nod out. Then they steal from each other. Yeah. My wife had Prada sunglasses one of her girlfriends gave back to me about 6 months ago. Beautiful, $300. When I got that stolen and my vape, I just got away from the fentanyl. I can take a hit. I'm not addicted because it takes away some of my pain. I like pure heroin. And I haven't touched heroin since October 23rd, 2000.
Wow. You did spend time in prison?
Yes.
Can you give me a little bit about what that was for?
Opiate. It was for pure heroin.
What time?
Trafficking. I did 8 years, 4 months. I won't say anymore.
What year was this?
A long time ago.
Long time ago.
Got greedy. But look, I had an African chick that could braid 500 grams in her wig, 500 grams up her butt. I was like, you're high.
Oh, you just shit.
But those motion detectors at the airport, they are not about their weight proportionate too. You know, I knew a dude.
I didn't know that.
No, I did. Look, I learned from this guy from Ghana in Canada. He was the best packer that liked photo albums. Take it right into DPS, DHL, let him ship it for you. It was on.
Oh, shit.
Now, they were showing a block of 350 pure cocaine in these girls' butt at a Bogota and shit till they got caught. But they were deforming, tearing up their bodies to show a block. But what the cartel does is they tell them, we're going to kill your wife if you don't do this.
Oh, it's not about money. It's about fear.
It's about, we're going to kill you.
Yeah.
Your wife. Now, I was locked up with a dude from Spain, Catalonia or Castillo, boss rebel. They killed his wife and sent him a picture in prison and said, we're waiting on you, bitch, because he fucked up somewhere. I don't know how. I don't care. But you don't snitch. What happens in Italy? The judges. That's why I told the judge here, I know where you live.
Where did they, when you were in prison, were you in prison right here in Texas? Or?
I was by a coastal ground, and I was over there where they had slanty eyes. And I had never eaten a turnip in my life till one day I ate a turnip. I was starving. I was like, God damn, what was that motherfucker? But they fucked the pigs and then wheel them through and try to sell them to you with flies all over them. And I said, I don't think I'm eating that pig. I didn't eat pig for 20 years. And then when I became home at some McDonald's, they feed me a biscuit with pork and honey. And I said, thank you. And the pig said, it's time for the puppet show.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit right there and put my sock on. I hadn't had socks in 3 months. I said, don't be a quitter. Buy you a half gallon. Beat your wife. You got to know when to choke her. You got to know when to get the fuck away from her. You got to know when to get a restraining order. And you got to know when to point the finger at her.
Texas Hold'em.
I said, it ain't Hold'em. She's got you. The state picks it up. And you got black eyes. I had big mouth. Pascal, I loved women. But I was a freak. I'd go to sleep with a pearl necklace and just get some bobby socks on. And, and the hookers over there, they whistled at me. I was like, God damn, I love this country. But I was a drunk for a long time, and I put on Jim Morrison, Take Me to the Next Whiskey Bar, and play it all night, get fucked up, and just get drunk on Glenlivet. And then I sing high.
Let me ask you, why get that drunk?
Inebriation is what I looked for. I drank for the effect. I'm not a social drinker. I'm not happy at happy hour. I have a void that makes me feel empty. It makes me feel worthless. And then when you drink, you shake and your nerves and the loud noises and heroin and alcohol. See, my doc buddy told me heroin and alcohol run on the same receptors, but heroin will make you suck a dick to get it. I never did or sold my ass. Thank God. But I was a slave, and I'm glad it's over because I was selling it and Murphy's Law. I got strung.
Yes.
God's way of, did you learn anything? I said, yes.
It's
not good.
Can you speak on...
Put tie-dye, poom cat jai, ma. Yamo ba fun ma.
What does that mean?
Yeah, that's Cantonese for I got no heroin. Yamo ba fun ma.
I'll remember that.
I like Hong Kong. I like Hong Kong a lot. Before it switched over Nathan Road, cool people, the English.
You told me you had a story there where you were in New Delhi, where the way they would.
I'd fly into New Delhi or Bombay. We go to Goa. Goa is a little place where all the hippies hang out. And India has brown sugar. It's like Nestle's Quick. It's not a tar like they sell down here, the Mexicans. But as Aaron pointed out to me, the tar was actually like a glass hardness. But this shit's like Nestle Quick. It's a dirtier heroin, but heroin gave me energy. I'm up scrubbing the walls. I never puked. But they use Nestle's Quick candy bars because that's the only foil they have in Goa. But I like the Indians. One Indian was telling me, man, they got the pandemic in India. I said, no shit, you got 4 billion goddamn people, you idiot. And I like that dot. I thought I told you I want H00KERS, motherfucker. And she said, I love you a long time.
I love you a long time.
Now, the prettiest woman I ever saw, Bulgaria and Sri Lanka. Beautiful.
I tell people Sri Lanka, that's where they...
Oh, the olive skin. And she was like, you can't touch this. I said, I don't want to. Right. I just want to wank on it. And no plexiglass.
Yeah, no plexiglass.
God damn.
Yeah.
No, the hookers like me, and I was always fair with them. The fact is okay. They were always good to me.
Was there love after your ex-wife?
there is still love, and it's for you and you and you and this man, and for
Thank you.
if you're not part of the solution, I'd love to get you out of my life. Even if it's tying your goddamn shoes. I do not prey on anybody. I try not to judge. I think I'm smarter than anybody. I can't even remember my middle goddamn name. 2 and 2 is 5, and 3 and 3 is 6. But you know what? If you can't handle the dope, don't do it. Out here, I'm strong on the speed. I do it every day. I eat it. And the prostate and this, I burn a hole from eating it, like in my prostate or something. Like my right testicle fills up with this liquid. And the doc's like, you can't piss, you can't do it. I said, well, I already got the clip. And that's the reason why I stopped doing speed 2 times before, because I would shoot semen. The prostate would wrap around my urethra and I couldn't piss. When I couldn't urinate this time, that's wrong. I've been pissing every time.
How often do you go to the doctor?
Never. I tell you what, this needs to be opened up and taken care of. It had titanium. I went probably 2 weeks ago, and the guy at the VA who was working at Parkland wants to open this up, take the titanium out, throw it away, and mend my heel, which is cartilage on cartilage. Mm-hmm. So I've been in a little pain. God said, do I have your attention? But see, on the speed, I don't feel it. You know, but there is a little bit of fentanyl on it that you ache. My feet, I've always walked a lot. And I do artsy-fartsy shit. Mm-hmm. So I pick up little crafts and shit. They're cool to me. One of a kind. Mm-hmm. You know, it's interesting.
I really want to ask about, since we're talking about the VA and with Trump and everything, the times, can you tell me or tell people out there what is the difference? What has been between the funding and the...
It's all good. Elon Musk came through to discover money. What's going on is that Venmo or whatever's doing it for Google, then Elon Musk. They're supposed to have robo-taxis in Austin. Already set up. They're not set up yet. But when one comes to Dallas, I'm stealing a credit card, $1,000. I'm going to get a bag of weed, 2 cases of beer, and she's not Gemini. Drive her, turn up some music, and drive. One pattern, and we're going to roll.
With the VA?
VA, my stepfather, I lived in Plano with him years ago. He was 91, World War II vet. Philippines. San Miguel beer, was popular. Ferdinand Marcos held out their helmets and got, but I'd take him out there, and I wouldn't deal with it. Deal with the fact I had some anger issues. I don't get any disability or any check yet, but it's time that the mental health needs to be provided. It'd be $1,000, and I can live in a nice tent or cardboard box, and even have a lady boy with an Adam's apple fan in my ass.
Oh wow!
Nonstop.
Shit.
But then I have to have a pistol. Yeah. And I won't shoot baby girl. My wife said, you can come up to heaven after a millennium, stay 6 hours. That's it. I said, baby, for you, I will come see you. My son said, Dad, I'm over here. Fuck you. Go clean your room, you bitch. Here's a paper plate. Yo, fuck you, Dad. Michael was a good kid.
Man, condolences again to Michael.
It's all good. He got out early.
Chris, let me ask you the conditions of...
Fucked up.
Please, if you don't mind, speak on the conditions.
The homelessness, it becomes an affliction and it becomes part of your life. I got evicted out of City Square 1621 South Malcolm X, cottages at Hickory Crossing. I had 432 square feet. There were 50 different individual units, full bath, pocket window. Everything was provided. I moved in because I was a vet, mental health, and on the street. I filed for mental health and turned it down. Just didn't follow through. And during the pandemic would have been a good time. I have a friend who owns Park Market on Greenville, keg of Heineken every 2 weeks in a crate. Nobody knows. Wheel it in, fucking put it up. Nobody's coming in. Dallas Finest, fuck you bitches. Yeah. They were very kind. And they we painted the units, the millionaires set it up. They all think it's an experiment. They're FBI and the plugs. And I said, we might have quit doing dope.
They felt like you guys were an experiment?
They felt that they were, when I moved in, we had cameras on the inside of our grounds to protect the world from us. And what I did is put my chair right up there by the camera and I painted duplexes, slammed my beers every night. good night. And it didn't matter because how it was written. What happened in North Carolina for the homeless? Drug test, all that. Chronically homeless, most of them get a check. 1,000 check is SSI. It's $1,100 or $1,200 now. That's quite a bit, but food's going up. They had to pass drug tests. I was in one at ABC, but they were going to have weekly meetings, and if you drink, you're out. North Carolina gave all the chronically homeless a place to live, and they pay 1/3 of their rent. Me, I was on the work program, which is $50 a month, and I worked about 40 hours there. You know why? First of all, I was doing speed, and I was a gardener. But I really helped Joseph running it, and he was a good man. He was kind to me.
Yes.
Bought me a drill. He's like, you need $20. I said, I need $6. That's for a pack of cigars and a pint of KD. He goes, here's the 20. I said, I don't need a 20. But when he left, everybody scammed. Mm-hmm. And you know who scammed? Nobody. They were kind. They fed the kids out during the summer. They put up with my bullshit. They were kind. All you got to, I got 75 boxes of peaches and made a compost from fucking hell. And dude, bitch, man, the flies and shit. I said, look, sir, shut the fuck up. Covered it with the tarp. Man, those plants grew.
Let me ask you, trying to take a different direction. What are some of the wildest things that you have seen in the last few years that you have been?
Savages, people stealing. How the fentanyl and Percocets, Prince and that Floyd Wright, they got a little bit of Percocet and overdose. Heroin's weird because you can do a lower grade shot, 40%, or a higher grade and overdose. What happens on heroin? You go to sleep, your lungs fill up with water. It's painless. Now, cocaine normally is stronger, but heroin's tricky.
So the new age drugs, the way that they're mixing
what it is a Percocet, all that's gone. It's a straight fentanyl. So at one point, it's $10, $15. They're snorting it. And sometimes they coat it in flour so they knot out a little quicker, and then they go rob them. And then I knew a dude that would shoot it and just push it. See, I won't touch it. I won't shoot it. It bubblegum to me. I want pure heroin.
Yeah, they call it the Fenty bend. People are out here bend it over.
All right, let me tell you, they're sick in 20 minutes. It's different than real heroin. Pure heroin, you don't even put a cotton in it. It's so pure and it dries crystal. And boy, you hear the train coming in. But they're sick and they get angry. $5 a pill. The cartel's selling for 1 penny. And they got America fucked up. Another thing is Trump wants it in because when food gets scarce, he doesn't want junkies around. Take them out.
What is the wildest thing you've seen someone do on high on anything?
There's this kid that's out in Dallas, Vietnamese black, right? He get fat, smoking crack. This 20 years ago. We go down there. He got a nickel. Cops are running up on him. He, fuck you pigs. He goes out and kneels down in the middle of the street, puts a nickel on the crack pipe, hits it 2 times, gets up, says, let's roll. Let's roll. And he's been sober now 4 years. I saw him a while back. He's like, Kennedy, what's up?
I bet.
He's a good kid, man. Good kid. But all these people that have offered me bologna sandwiches to nothing. My deal is when I came out, I lived there by McDonald's at Miller Brace for 17 months. And it was more of a spiritual Buddha type deal. The 130 killing people, and then the ICE came out. People all paranoid, schizophrenic, treated. The cartel tweaked it where you have hallucinations, audio, and you're paranoid, and flashing. They tweaked it from what Hitler did. Hitler was a demented son of a bitch.
I want to ask you about
blow up dolls. Sure.
No, about ICE. Like, do you're familiar with ICE and immigration and laws?
I do.
It's like another subset of police,
do. It's federal. Yes, sir.
What do you feel like in the future, or is America setting itself up for a bigger war on the poor? And are you noticing any people missing or
during the pandemic? I did notice some people just vanished. But another thing is the cartel has such great tunnels now. They get in Maryland and they can go up top, get a taxi, and fly to Jamaica for 3 days and come back and bring it. We need the drugs in America. Fentanyl, I didn't understand why, but man, it took a hold on America. What Pablo Escobar said, we're going to release the blue devil on America, which is Percocet. and they're sick in 20 minutes where they need more. $5 a pill. One kid was doing 19 a day and sucking dick. I'm just being honest. They'll do anything to get it. And it's just so, the craving, the phenomena of a craving. Pure heroin, I never nodded at, but boy, I feel good.
Do you feel America has a drug problem?
America has never had a drug problem. You know, it has a drug problem. I overindulge. And you know why? Because I can. And I know better and know worse. I have an issue, and issues don't go away. Problems do. But if you're a quitter, thank you. One hit quitter, I need 2 hits anyway, motherfucker. No, I didn't touch speed 20 years. And I've been doing it. Look, my prostate leaks from the small intestine. That's not normal. But you know what? Who cares? It's just the flesh, the old brain.
It's just the flesh.
I don't want to come back. But God said, I'm going to fuck you. Next life. I'm going to torment you.
How do you sustain your habit? Like, how do you pay for your habit?
I don't suck penises. I juggle balls, and I write poetry. And maybe if you just get rid of that Adam's apple, you would be a goddamn hot-looking mom. And God, your dick's 3 times bigger than mine. And your dog's dick bigger than mine. You're a sick motherfucker. The dog's humping my leg, and I like it. I had a biker dude I knew his father. And I hit in 1991 and then went through Guam and Hawaii. And it was speed, but it wasn't tweaked. The cartel really got it tweaked. People paranoid, schizophrenic, they're coming. I said, they're already here. See, they're already here. My deal is I heard an Indian guy tell me a story. Walked to a cliff, looked down, 14 hyenas up above vultures, behind you, 3 lions and all that. What do? Go to the tree right there and go to sleep because you ain't running no more. I quit running. During the pandemic, I cleared up all my shit, but $900 of my student loan. I even paid for my tidy whities.
Do you get VA benefits?
No, I'm just getting ready to file again. I never thought anybody owed me shit, but I don't steal, I don't rob, I don't sell drugs. I give it away. This man, when he stayed with me, he relapsed. He's like, you want to do 1 or 2 8-ball? Oh, yeah, let me see. 2 of them. And what do? Just stay there and tweak. Pick up trash. They say, why do you pick up trash? Because I'm America's bitch. I would never fight again in my life.
Yeah, you get 10 years, though. You gained 10 years.
It's time to fight.
Yeah.
Because my body's wearing out. And you know when I get it? I'm going to act like a bitch. And then the doctor's going to say, my prescription pad's in the office. Go get that motherfucker right now. Trump will settle this out. Elon Musk discovered a lot of cash. Elon Musk had his 2 last children genetically altered, I think. Joe Rogan, he's been talking to me about, well, why not? That kind of money. And Bill Gates, I thought was cool, but he's a little creepy. Mm. And China, we should have never. I found Jimmy Hoffa, the Teamster, the mob. You know where he was at? In Chipotle's the other day. Goddamn, he had titties. I was like, Jimmy Hoffa, what's up? God damn. Donald Trump's like, he got a cube on his mouth, licking his wife's boot.
Can you speak clearly to Donald Trump if you can?
Donald Trump, I know you and Vladimir got a heart on for each other, but Vladimir is the man. This new little war that we're funding is all about weaponry. Drones were used by realtors at the beginning of the pandemic. Here's your crack house, here's your school. Realtors. And then we just moved it on up. Donald Trump, I met a Japanese escort. She dealt with big boys, 1,000 employees. Donald Trump puts a cube on his mouth. He's got his hands behind. He licks his wife's boot, and she sodomizes him with a nightstick. It's freaky when you have that much control. But make America great. And you should. America is the greatest. I don't mind going to a concentration crocodile farm. Let's roll. When I have 4-stage cancer, I'm taking 2 people out, and I'm going to go to the grassy knoll and let them pick me up, and then I'm going to death row.
Once again, grassy knoll.
Kennedy.
Just bring it back.
Just wait right there.
Do you live in fear that one day that you may wake up and actually become missing, or does that ever cross your mind?
I tell you what, I'm ready to go, but you know what? It will happen. But you know what? I'm going to come back again in reincarnation, and God's going to fuck me in case he misses me this time. He told me I'm going to be 86. Miserable motherfucker. Diapers, no dick, no leg. Miserable.
Gotcha.
But I'll accept that. No, I don't. The predators, about 15 years ago, I noticed predators. I will cross the street to get away from them. And the ones that just want to fuck me in the ass, I might like it. They're sick. They're doing white girls like that, a lot of brothers, throwing them in trunks and sodomite, and they won't report it, which is wrong. They need to report it. It needs to fucking stop, because if it happens around me, I'm going to go ballistic. And I have to. Having 7 sisters, it's not right. If a woman says no and she pulls her strap on out, if you want her to fuck you, that's your business. But it's wrong. They're out of line and they're pussies. The men are kissing each other. The women are having to fuck each other. Women are extraordinary. Pussy rules the world, if that's what you like. My son said, I like giraffes. I said, if your pecker moves for a giraffe, you must like giraffes.
What? Giraffes?
Giraffes, yeah. I like beagles and cankles and chicks.
Yeah.
My wife was extraordinarily no makeup, clean, petite. And boy, she'd get that love pocket on you. And she said, what kind of Pop-Tarts you want in the morning? I don't want malto meal, motherfucker. Malto meal.
Right. And
She goes, I love you, Christmas.
Bolivian, right? She's Bolivian?
No, Netherlands. Dutch.
Netherlands. Oh my God, Dutch.
They travel, as in Africa. Like I've never been in South Africa and shit,
Should go.
Now Elon Musk, University of Pennsylvania, came over here, did PayPal. I didn't realize that. Elon's a little freaky, though. He's like, I'm genetically altered. I said, hey, Elon, you want to send me some money? He goes, yeah, I'm going to send you a $2 bill. I said, thank you. I said, I bet I can buy a pack of, I can buy a beer with that.
Yeah, Chris, do you have, or do you consider anybody out here friends? Shout out Aaron. How many do you have out here?
I have thousands. I have friends only in low places. They kind of got bad attitudes, but they're not victims. They try to be part of the solution, like maybe I should move around. Yes, maybe you should. Maybe you should just, I was going to go in a Buddhist monastery for 3 months. And I found some mushrooms about 6 months ago, psilocybin, found a package walking to Tom Thumb up on Live Oak, and I ate them all and licked the package. I wasn't ready to trip. Friends have been trying to get me to do DMX. I won't touch. Man, it was uncomfortable. Man, I didn't want anybody to see me. It was a bad experience. So after that, the spirituality left me a bit. But you know what? Can't touch this.
There you go.
And they said, do you need a shower? I said, no, ma'am. She goes, are you hungry? The prettiest woman I saw at McDonald's, 75, lean, 10 million, 2-door Lexus, candy apple red. I wanted to put my penis on her driver's side window and masturbate. She gave me $25. I said, can I masturbate for you? God damn, she was lovely. I used to see beautiful women go buy them a drink and say, you're the prettiest girl in here. And she goes, you don't want to touch me? I said, it might ruin it. Elvis and Priscilla, he couldn't fuck her at first, apparently, because he was going to ruin that fantasy. And Michael Jackson did not fuck the daughter, so let's give that shit up.
Wait, Chris, do you prefer to masturbate versus experience the real thing?
I don't like to debate with the master. I have not played in and out since my wife died.
There you go.
Because I had the finest. Yes. And the vertical smile was a problem for me. I was a sex addict in Bangkok. You know what I mean? When you're getting laid every day, 4 times a day, and then you're a pig, and then you think you're a pig, and your ego, and you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, to be a sex addict in Bangkok is, I can only imagine.
Well, you have to be to move around. I love you a long time. You ought to love me a long time. I like the fantasy, the play. Now I used to drink at a bar in Bangkok. 30 billion cockroaches on the table. I'd get my heroin there, drink a sing-out beer, and I was like, God damn, when does this shit moving? I mean, it's fucking gone. But I'd meet my connection. You'd tell me pure heroin.
So wait, there were days that you have 4 to 5 women coming through?
I would fornicate with 4 different women at one time when I had embassy duty. I'd get more pussy because I was addicted. Last time I went in a lady home, you go in and you buy beer, 40 chicks come down. My number one rule is stretch marks. Can't do it. 10 to leave. I want one that's got 2 thumbs, hand jobs, and then 10 to leave. But the last time, it got perverted with this one little hooker's 14-year-old daughter. She'd watch while she performed fellatio on me, and I liked it. And I was pretty twisted. Bobby socks, and can we put Jolly Rancher lipstick on? And will you please put that cucumber halfway up your butt? Hold on now. Now turn the light down. See, but men get piggish and snobbish, and the deal is we think we're kings and we're nothing but bitches and servants. We're slaves. And I was a slave to pure heroin.
Yeah, I said you're heroin induced during these times. Heroin was
not always, but for a year straight, 8 years. Like for 1 year, I was doing a gram a day just to get well. But I was embassy duty, uniform every day, 9 to 5. Fuck, had all my shit, ate, took care of my shit, exercise, pussy. But I still like to do the old shag. B.B. King says I got a fat wife, Chloe. You know why she's fat? Nobody else wants to fuck her.
What drug kept you the most sexually active?
Let me see. Pervertedness. Natural pervertedness.
Right.
The game, the touching, not the concrete. Stick it in halfway and stop. Tease, the wetness. My wife, boy, she was just extraordinary. She goes, can I fuck you in the ass? I said, maybe tomorrow, baby. But it's got to be a green deal, though. It can't be black. I'm fucking paranoid. Goddamn paranoid black.
Yeah, it's got to be.
No night lights. God and the devil asked me, God said, you got to do in the dark and the light. So I'm going to town wanking. The devil says, turn that shit off. God said, hold on. Dim the light. Get that background music. I want to watch it. I said, God, you're a sick man.
Yeah, man.
He's pissed off on the 7th day. He'd been at the light. Everybody's smoking ice with the torch. Yeah, and then the self will run right. I said, get out of my lane, self will. You give us this free will. What am I going to say to you, God?
Free will.
I'm in awe. Goddamn, what do I do? Clean your refrigerator? What the fuck do I do? God and the devil go bowling every Tuesday.
They have conversations every day.
They go bowling, and Lucifer's cleaned up. He goes, Christopher, I have fucked everything. Your mother, palm trees, your dog, and he's drinking energy drinks. He looks lovely. God's got pimples on his butt, hitting Budweiser long necks. He's pissed.
Hey, the human
mind. Lucifer says he'll be all right. Just remember, I'm your dad, Christopher.
The human mind is.
But God, he said the dogs. Now the dogs asked who let the humans out. God said he made this special for me. He said, look, one day out of the year, dogs are God, and I'm a dog. I'll allow you. And I said, thank you, God. God, all right. He said, you don't have to pray all the time. You got to kiss my ring, but, fuck this shit.
Now, you have a bit of reputation on the street as a poet.
I am an artist, and somehow my brain, which I didn't realize, but in school, I never got off on math and history. I got a BA in literature. I wanted to be a doctor. I dropped an LSD at 7 a.m. I was an idiot. But I worked, and I tried to just show up, suit up. And that's what you do. Even when you're living in fear and you don't know what to do, you show up and you suit up.
Absolutely.
And you tell one other person. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to cry inside. I've cried inside. Last time I cried was in 91. I couldn't stop. I couldn't fucking stop.
Is that what brought out the art? Is that how long had you been
writing? Since high school. Very first piece, my coach asked me to write on a piece of poetry. I had a poetry class. I wrote about a chick in a shower with the diamond ring and the glistening in the spectrum and her reverse. Nothing perverted, but the sheer illumination of her aesthetic beauty. And he was like, dude. But see, I like the shock treatment. Mm-hmm. Adam and Eve, I can't do that to Baptists. Because, if you're a Baptist, rock out with your pecker out. If you're a Catholic, rock out with your cock out, motherfucker, and take a 20. But be real with thyself. God is good, and I need to be more humble. And I have been praying, God, don't get me out of this mess.
Have your thoughts on religion changed since you were a child up until now?
No, but I just don't agree. Jesus is going to come like a thief in the night. Fuck you, bitch. And love your neighbors, you love yourself. I don't love myself, but I like Job. God said, you need to get a job. I said, what? So I'm reading Job. It said, and then Job prayed for all his friends, got all his shit back. He said, job, Christopher. I said, what? Job. I pick up trash. I'm the head trash man, 2 mile radius.
Chris, what was the last job you actually had on paper, paycheck?
Ship kennel in Houston for an AC ductwork. We were doing the offshore dairy 15 years ago. At the cottages, I did make-readies and took care of the garden and changed light bulbs and picked up trash and cleaned windows and kissed ass.
Okay.
But I grew good vegetables.
I want to ask, with your experience of being on the streets, with your experience also being housed, I'm pretty sure that there are some
outlets,
some channels that people can tap into, whether they want to give to, like people that have money they want to give to different.
I don't want money. I want a website where I can help write something, birthday, all that, and then $20 PayPal, clean needle exchange gets 10.
Oh wow!
You know who they give it to? The gentleman who's at 7-Eleven who stinks. Yeah. And for me, just tell him to throw me a bill. What we used to say when we turned people onto our connection in Bangkok Airways, buy us a drink. That means 5,000, 10,000, whatever. Buy us a cocktail.
What are some programs that have helped you while you've been on the streets, like the 24-hour?
Alcoholics Anonymous has helped me. NA, I've been in 19 treatments. The last treatment I went into is where I did a thorough fish step where I told this guy about fucking the dog, stealing from the church, everything. And I did not get this big elation. I just quit beating myself up. And then when I moved in the cottages, I had a chance to be stable. First time in like 3 years. And every morning I get up, take my broom and make sure the fan was east and west, north and south. I read the whole library, everything. Watched the world news and pulled every skeleton out and forgave myself. And said, God, I'm tired of suffering. And he said, what about that kid in Saudi Arabia? I said, oh, well.
Oh. All right, well, with that being said.
And what about fornicating with 4 different women? Well, goddamn, I'd do it again, guys.
Gotcha. I mean, man, these stories. You know, we do these stories to hopefully someone watching this.
Vivid illumination of experiences that people are confident in experience. I am not homeless. I think I'm not from this earth. People come here to live in a human existence or a spiritual experience. I came here at platinum wings. God said, I want you to do 2 weeks. I met an old bum in New York. He said, you're gonna and I pawned him because I like the flesh. God said, boy, you're dumb. He calls me dumb as a box of rocks. I said, is that number 1 or 2?
So what is your thoughts on the human experience?
You know, it's been so bitter and so dark, but there's been this grayness and reading books and dealing with artists. And for me, I'd rather joke about it. And my buddy has a Lamborghini or Maserati. I said, I'm going to own that. 800 grams of rice. I'm going to have a camel pull it. I'm way better. Hey, motherfucker, a camel pull that motherfucker. But when shit hits the fan, I'm robbing the liquor store in Columbia and Deep Ellum. I'm going to drink my piss. I'm going to get over on Forest Lane, and people are going to get a little tense.
The manager may watch this. He may say.
Well, he might just put the camera on me, and we can do a blog. But the dealer's at Maserati with the camera. Hello, Scott. 800 grams. He said, you won't fix my crown molding? I said, we're going to burn that shit. But people get real uncomfortable. What happens is when they feed people a little bit, they're too weak to argue and fight. They feed them nothing, chaos. I was out in L.A. during Rodney King and a student uprising in Bangkok. And tanks on the streets. It was serious. They shut that shit down quick.
Remember the student uprising?
I do too, in Bangkok. And look, they fed 6,000 of the students to the crocodiles. And they told the UN only to it. Ebola in your country, Nigeria, boy, it got shut down that next day. 400 cases next day. We don't have a case at all.
Oh, my gosh.
Do you believe that? And who's got the patent? And the Bill Gates.
Wow.
Piece of shit. A little creepy little motherfucker. And then China were giving them all money so they get our farmland. They just want soybean. We can't get them with the swine flu. And Chinese women are doing major cosmetic surgery on their faces. But see, I like Asian pussy, not much hair.
Not much hair?
Clean. I'm telling you, you don't. What's your name again?
Not much hair, not much hair.
Waitress, Tracy Moore. She go, what's your name again? She's a little chick.
Again, I don't know where you got your sense of humor from, how long it's lasted, but it's amazing.
You have to laugh or you look. I'm making news every day. And when I'm doing my antidepressants, I put it in the desk drawer because I'm not home. I never thought I'd be out here 4 years. But God said, I think you need to help people. And I said, help them run in front of traffic, blowing them up. He goes, just greet them. I said, man, that Adam's apple looks nice on you, baby, and that whisker. You little fucking pervert. Put that little kid in the bathroom. Bitch, slap him till he learns his ABCs. Joe Rogan, I've never heard him. I think it's expressive. Elon Musk, I like non-controllable vehicle. Gemini, how do you masturbate? Fuck that shit. It's stupid. Once the hand movement comes down, men will not even marry women. I've got to have flesh. And that's got to be something to grab a hold on and stink a little bit. Come on now, menopause, baby.
Yeah. Chris, I want to get your take, or as far as if you don't mind giving advice to other veterans that are out there that are probably...
Go to the VA on Ledbetter. We got rid of the main nurse. Trump had a spell. Basically, I could go into any... Look, when I first started 2 years into doing this ice on the street, I could go into any mental hospital for 2 weeks. And I'd sleep for 2 weeks. Get up and eat, get on my crazy pill, antidepressant. Antidepressants help so much. What I was thinking is a custom straitjacket and a rubber shell. And I'll get basket weaving all along. And I'm basket weaving with the nuts. And I don't need Thorazine. I got a custom made straitjacket. And boy, I make the best baskets, I bet. I was going to go back to school before I lost my place. And I'm a BA. I like literature. But the deal is I was thinking about pastry chef because they pay for it. If you can make the dough, you can watch the motherfucker cut it. And we're going to do the grand connect with the fly. Goddamn, she don't do that all day smoking a joint, drinking Heineken, motherfucker. And they pay for it. And I said, boy, this cardboard box is kind of nice. But I need better security, like a moat, like a lock, like a goddamn gun.
Yes.
I will not kill anybody. But it comes down with the homeless stealing from the homeless. This fentanyl's terrible. But the weak need not to be around. Trump is a pussy too. And the guy who had the island, the rich dude, he's still alive. And Queen Elizabeth, Elton John, they're all cool. He had too much information on people. Like Prince Charles. Prince Charles got a handsome wife, but we keep England for the banks. Oh. And we keep the Germans because we need the Germans. And we keep all the pussy.
Come on.
Mistresses are the reason why jewelers were invented.
Tell me
men
something.
wanted to buy them something. And, I have a diamond that's cubic zirconia. I try to give it Statue of Liberty. She goes, just fuck me in the mouth. I don't need no diamond. You sick motherfucker. And some kid's going, Mom, what's you? He's fucking the statue. I pledge of allegiance to the flag. And then I get recess.
So advice will be go to the VA hospital. Go use your VA assistance.
Check in. Now, another thing is Salvation Army and Union Gospel. They're local here in Dallas. They have vet programs if you have an honorable discharge. Now, another thing is I had some issues, but General Hell helped me clear up my shit. See, they only have 2-star general. I said, why didn't you have 4? He said, because I don't need the pompous bullshit. He goes, I got 2 because I'm a motherfucker. And he goes, you should have seen Vietnam, Christopher. Hey. Ho Chi Minh Trail, they were all underneath. And our boys are like, goddamn, where's my coffee mate? I want cigarettes in my rations. I don't want no fucking sugar. Give me some non-filtered and a little fentanyl or something. Give me some pain pills. My doctor said we have an opium epidemic. I don't give a fuck.
Do you feel it's going to get better or worse?
It's going to get worse for a moment, but then it's going to bond people as long as they can be real with themselves and not live in a fantasia or a fantasy world. And you can believe all the bullshit, but don't believe your own bullshit. The deal is you've got to be subtle with yourself. I don't know if I'm going to get out of this. But you know what? God said you're going to be 86. You're going to hell. We've already agreed. I'm cool with that. Look, 1 hour a day work, and then I can have friends from heaven. They can stay a day and a half. They can actually go skiing in the French Alps. They don't have to whore. They can do smart shit. Go bowling.
What are your dreams like?
Well, my dreams used to be in very good color. And I really don't. There's going to be a food shortage and water, and people are going to get a little irritated. And I like people getting irritated. I don't like to push a button.
You have dreams of this?
Yeah, it's going to happen. Food, eggs. Well, why are they throwing eggs? And then Gemini. Don't. AI's wrong. I don't listen to TikTok.
Yeah, what is your feel on AI?
Wrong. It's over. Once they get the hand movement on a robotic, men are just going to have a hand job. Sex addiction. You know, the deal is what happens to a lot of blacks and Mexicans in prison, they always get a boyfriend. And the reason why they're codependent, they just have to have pussy. For me, I didn't need anybody. Statue of Liberty was in my dream. She was hot. She goes, you're welcome anytime. Ellis Island boy, and you are not an immigrant.
There you go.
But look, the Muslim people smoking the hashish, they're good people, man.
Yeah.
I like them all.
We'll take it. As I say, Chris, again, I have to appreciate you for coming in and being able to get some of these stories off and just tell your life.
Quitter and never go into treatment. And if you go into treatment, get fat and tell somebody your issues. You got to have one friend.
There you go.
The only friend I got is a scarecrow. And we drink moonshine and have fun.
Hey, there you go. With that being said, Chris, I appreciate you.
Caro, te quiero mucho.
Come on.
Cesar Chavez, Diablo.
There you go. Well, with that being said, man, this is once again, we got the Addict Stories. And again, Chris, thank you for coming through. And lastly, you said you are the Kennedys.
I am 51 cousin. We're South Carolina. We got invited to John's funeral. The deal is I'm an alcoholic. And my father's father was Michael Francis Kennedy II. He was an opium addict, womanizer. That my dad knew I had the bug. Now, Aaron and I joke about a set and spin. When you do it like 10 minutes, you're already deranged. But like me, sagging pants and already authoritative issues, I like cops now. They interviewed me to be a Dallas cop, and I told the sergeant I will be the dirtiest Dallas cop. I won't get out of the car. Alan, what's up, buddy? What are we working with today? Yeah, just open up your door, drive past. And who's that? Oh, that's your girlfriend. Will she show me her breast? And you all have a lovely day. Buck up and see about Lieutenant Kennedy. Bye.
Gosh,
I can't do it. I don't want to deal with the drama.
Yes.
I hated drama in my family unless I started it.
There you go.
And chaos. So Aaron lets me joke, and I'm glad to see him be successful. I wanted him to realize he's a statesman. He is gifted. He observes things that I don't. I learn from other people. I taught myself how to spell again. Bitch, B-I-T-C-H, stupid. Stupid is the stupid, S-T-U-P-I-D capital.
There you go. With that being said.
And don't step on the cracks because you might smoke mama's crack.
Oh, man, that's a new one. I haven't heard that one. That is
you don't need to hear that, and don't quit.
Come on.
Keep going, balls to the wall.
There you go. Just keep going, man. Chris, I got to say thank you for sitting down with us. Thank you for telling your story. And hopefully we'll get some more out of you, man.
You will get, the next time I get a fix of dope, I will be right in line. I'll be beating on the door. Hold on, they're doing the wave in the seven. We got the wave going on, motherfucker.
There you go, Chris. Thank you.
That was cool.